How are you now? It's James Whelan here talking with you, the beautiful viewer, on this lovely Friday, 11:35 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. You're listening to the Theory of Thing Investment Podcast. I'm joined here by my very special partner in crime, Heath Moss. I'm going to get that right one day. Heath Moss of HLM Investments. Heath, how are you now?
I am fantastic. Thanks, mate. Refreshed after the Christmas and New Year break. I think I said before the New Year break, I was extremely busy. Well, that momentum's continued on, and I'm still extremely busy. So that's good news. But had a nice break with the family, and that didn't go away or anything. Just hung around home and did work and whatnot. But what about you?
Myself, well, my wife and the girls are over in Calgary. They've been over there for the last. This is actually since I worked in Perth for about 6 weeks. It's the longest time I think I've been away from my wife. Although we've been separated, not separated. You know what I mean? As in not living together. Yeah, back over to Calgary. The girls had something. My eldest daughter went back over there to dance. So she goes to school there, and anyway, so they've been over there. She gets back in a couple of days, which is going to be great to see her again. No better way to fall in love with your wife again than she goes away for a while, and you sort of forget all those beautiful things that happen in a marriage. So, anyway, so I've been just meeting myself and the dog. Went down to Victoria, went down to the farm last week.
Mm-hmm.
That went quite well, down to the beach house, and I have been pretty consistently. I mean, I've been doing as best I can to relax and take it off, because we do go pretty hard. We work our asses off in this game to get things done that we need to get done. And so when you have that break time, you really got to take that break time. The power of the nap cannot be underestimated.
The nap.
I hate, and the stigma, this is the thing, the stigma that still stands on, I can't believe you took it out. It's just like, yeah, but if I put my head down to say 3 for 20 minutes or half an hour or something like that, and then you back up, and then you can keep on powering through for another couple of hours after that and keep on going. I don't understand why everyone, anyway, Google has actual nap pods. It's a set specific thing, but it's just a great way to relax and get some more work done. Also to order your thoughts as well. The power of the micro nap is fantastic. Your thoughts get ordered. You remember stuff that you forgot about. You're immediately bang straight onto it, refreshed. However, I have been doing that. So the dog and I have been taking naps in the afternoon, which is quite good. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to that when we actually go back to full time, when the wife is back here full time. So no, apart from that, cows look good, which is good.
It's good. Yeah.
Farms look good, very green. We've got bales of grass, hay, whatever it is you want to talk.
You're not impacted by the fires. They're on the other side, aren't they? You're on the eastern side?
They were fairly close. We're in Eastern Gippsland, but there was some that was up to the northwest of us, and a norwesterly did kick in on one afternoon. I think there was a lot of, it's, those ones where you just have continual fire trucks and sirens going on around. That's that sort of feel, which could be a little bit hairy, but that's it. There were 2 days down there where I just couldn't move. It was just too hot to do anything.
We had that here as well.
Yeah,
it was. I think 2 days back to back. It was 44 and then 45. It was disgusting out there. So just hung around inside and let the kids play some Nintendo or something.
Yeah, lots of inside stuff to do. I tried. I've got the aircon working here now. I'm back in Northbridge. So, all right, mate. Look, it's been a hell of a year. We did a hell of a thing last year, but I think that you need to respect one of the biggest end of year things that actually happened, which is that you and I played each other in fantasy football in the final, and it wasn't even close. It was a landslide victory.
No, congratulations to you. You absolutely gave me a thumping. I ended up I had the best wide receiver in the game, and he threw up nothing. I had one of the best quarterbacks in the game in Hertz. He did nothing. It was just everything that could go wrong for me went wrong for me. So I knew basically, I think after the Friday game that I was gonna be pushing it uphill. So congratulations, but there's always next year.
Yeah, no, that's right. Now I will be making it more of a formal thing, starting from scratch, getting everyone back into there again. If the people who are in there want to be in there, and a couple of bucks for a charity of our choosing as well, wherever it can go to raise a bit of money for things, which is good. I'm actually seriously considering stopping drinking for a while.
Yep.
Just get off the beers. It's been a pretty hefty Christmas. There's been a lot of stuff. This new job that I've got, which is incredible, does take, because it is just more of a distribution role. Mm-hmm. It does take a lot of out schmoozing and doing whatever you need to do. So it's always a bit of fun.
Yeah, I'm not a heavy drinker myself. I'll have the occasionally wine or beer if I'm out. But yeah, even on Christmas Day, I mean, I think I had a couple of hard solos or something along those lines, and that was about it. Yeah, it's very rare I drink too many these days. I can't have too many and then have to recover for 2 days with 3 kids. I just young kids. It's just takes too much out of me.
Yeah, that's all fair enough. Now, my key recommendation for the start of the year. Now, the continual good guy and friend of the show, Matty Mozzicanaci,
Mm-hmm.
who is with Etimon Projects. We had an end of year for a little thing that I'm involved with. We had a little end of year thing at one of his new restaurants, which has just opened up. So for those at Sydney, check it out, because I'm actually just going to try and remember where it was. Oh, yeah, there it is. It is called, it's his Osteria Luna, I think is actually what it's called.
Okay.
It's on 68 King Street. It's below the Charles, which is one of theirs. We got the private dining room there. It was extraordinary. I got back from Calgary via Vancouver and went straight there.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was amazing. So, yeah. So thank you very much, Maddie, for getting that done for us. Osteria Luna, what was it? We had the conchile al forno spicy vodka sauce. I love a vodka sauce. Spaghetti crab, Calabrian chili, veal cotoletta, alla saltimbocca. Anyway, an amazing Italian thing.
Fantastic.
So fantastic. So yeah,
Actually,
well done to that. That's my pick. Apart from obviously Mark Best and the Infinity Restaurant up there, they were probably two of the best restaurants that I went to last year. Let's see if we can top that for 2026, mate. Why don't you run us through our 2026 plan? What are we investing in? What are we doing? Where are we doing it?
Interesting. I'll bring up the old screen. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
If it's going to let me do that. Screen. There we go. Window. There we go. There we go. Fantastic. So yeah. Well, I can't remember what we said at the end of last year, what we thought this year was going to be, but my thoughts this year are the American economy is going to rip your face off. It's going to be run extremely hot, and we could see 5 to 6% GDP growth.
All right,
coming out.
big numbers.
Now, that is on the back of a very healthy US consumer at the moment. And I think I mentioned last year that because of these, the big beautiful bill and these tax cuts, etc., and a lot of them are retrospective, a lot of consumers will be getting larger than expected tax returns come April.
Yep.
And then also, so that's going to act as a stimulus. And the Trump administration are doing everything in their power to try and get this economy really, really firing, because their plan, and it has been for a while, is not only can you cut the deficit by cutting spending and whatever, and which they're trying to do with fraud, etc. at the moment.
Yep.
But you can grow yourself out of it as well. So if your spending, say,
That's
stalls,
yeah,
and the economy keeps growing, that deficit percentage shrinks. And they would have shrunk it. They spent less than expected last year, because the fiscal year for the US government is to the end of September. So they spent, I think the deficit was 1.78 trillion, and it was expected to be about 2 trillion.
Yep.
And the year before, Biden had it about 1.8 trillion. So it's only a small cut, given that 40% of Biden's spending for the government for the calendar year came in the fourth quarter. That's quite an achievement. So, because obviously they only had control of the economy for, say, 3 quarters. So this year, Besant is saying that they can get that deficit down by another 200 to 300 billion. So it's doing their job. Obviously, we've still got the tariff stuff hanging over our heads, but most of that is confidence that most of that can slip in under other sort of tariff regulations, rather than just the one that he's put it through that has been contended in court now. So yeah, I think the economy is going to run very, very hot in the US next year. So I think you want exposure to the US consumer. I am buying Amazon at the moment. I think Amazon gets you exposure to the US consumer. It gets you exposure to AI and also automation and robotics via their warehousing and converting all those to robots.
Very good.
So, and stuff like, you buy now, pay later stocks, etc., like Zip here, even Australia, I think could do very well because obviously they're expanding in the US as well. So if the consumer is going to continue to buy, and everyone loves buy now, pay later,
Mm.
they're going to do very well out of it as well.
I saw that about buy now, pay later. Although they did get hit just after the credit card thing came in. It was funny that the first reaction was to sell buy now, pay later as well, which was
weird to me.
I thought that was weird.
They were probably the next line of credit down, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's no interest on them, and if you can't get a credit card or credit card things are capped, then you go to these guys. But my thoughts are, and from what I've read and heard from analysts, is this credit card cap of 10% will not get through via Congress, via legislation, or executive order. It will be fought in courts. There'll be an injunction and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but we already saw a couple of nights ago how strong the US consumer is. Delta Airlines came out and forecast 20% growth in earnings for the next quarter. So the consumer is already looking very healthy, and it's going to get another boost again. So, I also think obviously metals. We've seen metals rip the face off already. 10 last year. I've got copper up on the screen at the moment. It's trading around $6 a pound on the COMEX. Is that COMEX? Yep. Which is fantastic. That's close. I think that's all-time highs. I can see
copper is at all-time highs. That's correct.
Yeah, I can see copper going to $7 a pound at least. And you and I and every man and his dog has been going on about copper for the last 2 years.
Yep.
And reasons why it's going to go higher. And I think this is the start of it. But you've got other base metals like tin saw record highs the other night. Alumina, stuff like lead, etc., are doing very, very well. And then you got the precious metals like gold, and I'll bring up silver. We all know what's happening with silver. Silver's up to $91 an ounce.
Yeah.
It can't be stopped. I did read and hear that, because obviously most of the silver demand is coming from solar in China. And the fact that we're in about 200 million ounces of deficit moving forward at the moment in terms of production between supply and demand.
Yeah. Let me just see. So, I had a stock pick, which we had from our portfolio manager, Mark El-Zayed, our high-performing portfolio manager, Mark El-Zayed, here at the Investor Pulse, who heads up our portfolios there. Aries Resources.
So was that AIS?
I think it's... I thought it was AR1, wasn't it? What is that? No, that's
AIS.
Yeah, AIS. I've slipped a couple of people into that, and I think I'm pretty comfortable with that for the rest of the year.
My
money has a big resource.
My top sort of silver pick at the moment is.
Well, this is copper. That was copper.
Oh, that was copper. Okay, yep. Yeah. My top copper pick at the moment is DVP, which I think was spoken about plenty about on the show before.
Yeah, I got no problem with DVP.
Yep, and also A1M, which is AIC Mines, very tiny producer, but high margins and looks really good, no debt.
Yep.
But I'll have to have a look at AIS because I haven't looked at them in a long time.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's done 10% just since the start of the year, so it's not too bad. That's where you want it to be. But
yeah. But as for the year, if we go back to the S&P 500, we can see we're sort of traveling across the top there, hitting the ceiling a little bit.
Yep.
It is a midterm election year, so it's sort of they're quite seasonal, and they do tend to stick to the rules in terms of they underperform a regular year. If you look at since 1928, I think it is, the S&P 500 in midterm election year has done 6% return, and in a normal year normally does 9%. And it really does nothing until the midterms are over until in November, and then it rallies hard. I don't know. I mean, I'm in a little bit two minds here with the economy running really hot. Has that been baked in, which it could be given where valuations are at, and then a share market which really goes sideways until November or later in the year. So I'm a little bit cautious there. I also think we need to be cautious. I think there's going to be something that sends AI stocks down a hefty chunk. I'm talking 30% or so, whether it's a funding problem or, I don't know, regulation. I don't know. But I think the market has been looking for an excuse for a little while now.
Okay.
To sell them off quite considerably. We saw last year with the Oracle stuff that they got a little bit jittery, but the most they came off was about 10 to 15%. I'm talking, I think, a 20 to 30% sell off. I mean, I think it will be a buying opportunity, but I think something like maybe OpenAI struggles to get a funding round or can't fund a set of data centers that they want to fill out with whatever they want. So I think I'm just cautious on that side of things as well. But in terms of risks, I think, the market overall is looking very, very healthy. Earnings expected to grow by double digits again, which would mean a fourth year in a row, which is unheard of for the US.
Yep.
Margins are expanding still, which is phenomenal, and I think AI has a lot to do with that. And that's it. I'm all said and done.
All right, mate. That is fantastic. Now, it's funny that Jeffries overnight came out with this is the sort of the special feature of the day, with an airline and an analysis on airlines and with regards to the weight of flyers. Sorry, I'm just trying to pull it up here. Jeffries is bullish. What do we got? Stuff on Delta, stuff on everything. Look, I'll make it very simple based on what I can remember that I saw on Twitter. Jeffries came out with a report saying that with the weight loss pill epidemic, which it is at the moment, as opposed to just diet and exercise that Americans could solve their problems with, but no, they're not going to. It's going to take a pill. So with the Ozempic contagion, that'll reduce weights. And I think I'm trying to remember what it was that I had. So let's just say that you reduce the average weight of an American by 10% of the average traveler.
Yep.
That means that airlines will save 1.5% on fuel costs, which adds 4% to EPS.
Yeah, that's hefty.
Which is a real number. Okay.
Actually, I think I saw, was it 2024 was the first time that the obesity rate in the US went down, I think, in the last 30, 40 years or something.
That'd be the case. So if you weigh 100 kilos, which isn't, I mean, that's not actually that massive, but if you let's just say you weigh 140,
yep,
and take 14, I mean, taking 10%, so taking 14 kegs off 140 big. Is not, I know. Well, 10% off 140. I mean, if I weigh 70 something in the shade. Yeah, I mean, 10% for me is actually quite a substantial amount of weight when you really want to think about it. But
exactly.
So look, it's so Ozempic is going to be a big boost to the airlines over there. You got an airline index for us?
An airline index. I don't know that one off by heart. Let me have a look.
Yeah, you wanted the DJUSAR.
DJ.
It's the Dow Jones US Airlines Index. Do you think TradingView's got it? Or they've got a different coding system?
Yeah, it's not coming up. But yeah. I
can see it here. It's looking absolutely fantastic. It's definitely on an up tilt.
Okay, beautiful.
Anyway, I don't like buying airlines. As you know, there's too much shady stuff. Oh yeah, that's
Delta. That's Delta's chart. You can see it's very, very healthy there.
Yep. Well, you know who's also just done the other news that's coming in from around the traps is that who's back on the circuit. My favorite guy, Mike Jones from Impact Minerals.
Fantastic.
I interviewed him late last week. He's definitely well and truly back in there talking the story, which is good on HPA. They've had huge progress going on with their pilot plant. I'm a massive bull on this stock and a massive holder on a long term. Yes, it's going to have a low cost HPA facility. It's going to be a hold. Don't expect. I don't want anyone in there. I don't want to be in there for a quick time. I'm in there for you hold it, you own it. It's like the next alpha HPA. As it goes through. So, and that's pretty good. It seems to be trading a little bit more normally now, which is good. So definitely on the circuit, talking that story and how successful things are going to be for that company as well. So yeah, Impact, Aries, they're two good ones that I've got in the portfolios. Broken Hill Mines, which has got that huge silver holding out there, BHM. So I talked to Pat Walter. I mean, that's not going too bad. I think as we see now over the next 2 months, we're going to see that they'll actually crack open how much silver is actually underground out there at Broken Hill in that one mine that was only ever privately assayed and not actually opened up to public viewing. It's just one guy with a hammer who just got gold. He just loves silver and just had the site.
Yep.
I think Broken Hill Mines is probably going to be one that you just want to have in portfolios and make sure that you're capturing continued gold improvement and also just how big that holding is underneath the ground there for them.
Fantastic.
What else you got?
That's about it for me. I mean, yeah, like I said, this year I'm focusing on commodities a lot. I think they're going to have a fantastic year,
Yeah.
as we saw towards the end of last year. It's the year for commodities. I think the next couple of years is going to be very good. And it's a structural thing too. So we won't see new mines or large amounts of supply come online anytime soon for most of these commodities. So the only thing that's probably going to hold it back would be a downturn in demand, which means some sort of global recession. So yeah, but apart from that, everything. I can't. I'm struggling to sit here, and I said it to a few clients. I'm struggling to sit here and think of too many major risks I can see on the horizon for this year that would make me scared to be putting money into the market now.
Okay.
And that's probably going to come back and bite me and hurt me, and I hate saying
Oh
it.
yeah, always. Yeah.
But it's the market looks great. Earnings look great. Even in Australia, earnings should turn it back up and be positive. And given where commodities are here in Australia, we should get upgrades to earnings on our resources stocks. Will start propelling their share prices higher as analysts play catch up again with, copper averages and et cetera, et cetera. So, look for an uptick in Australian earnings for the rest of the financial year.
Yep. I like that.
Mm.
I like that as well.
Mm.
All right. So coming up with the NFL, and then we'll close it off here because I can actually hear my dog being sick. So I'm the only one who can look after her. So
Oh, fun.
yeah, I know. Well, mate, it's been a wild couple of weeks for this. So she's going to be 19 in 2 months, and
Fantastic. What an innings.
it is like having either a very old person around the place who's just got just dementia sort of wandering around. She's a great dog. She's my best friend, right? She's still good.
Yep.
And she's still healthy, but she's a 24-hour dog, right? So
I
or
bet.
a toddler. It's like having a toddler.
Yep.
Just around there. You just have to make sure you've just always got an ear out for what's going on.
Yep.
Broncos versus Bills Sunday morning. I hate to say it, I've got the Broncos for that.
I'm taking the Bills. I think
Okay.
Josh Allen again. He's broken the curse, winning away.
He has won away.
Yeah.
I'd love to see me be wrong on that one and see Josh Allen go all the way to a Super Bowl. It's going to be sensational. And then following that game on the Sunday at 12 p.m. These are all bangers. All of these games is incredible. Seahawks versus the 49ers.
Yeah.
I've got the Hawks for that one, mate.
I sadly do too, even though it's my 49ers playing. I think our injuries are costing us too much. Although I did see this morning that Sam Darnold has been placed on the questionable injury list for the Seahawks. So they might be without him. Who knows? But,
Kittle's still out.
Yeah, Kittle will be out for another year, but the win last week was versus the Eagles was phenomenal. That
was huge.
That play with Purdy to Jennings to McCaffrey for the winning touchdown. That was just.
I do love the double reverse.
Yeah,
you gotta love it. It makes you love football so much, mate. Pats versus Texans. Now this is going to be controversial. I actually got 6 out of 6 last week. So
fantastic.
I think, and for that week, I mean that's pretty incredible. But I think the Texans are actually just continue to be underrated, and I think that this might be it for the Pats.
I'm with you there. Their defense is phenomenal. What they did to the Steelers last week was excellent.
Yeah,
shut Rodgers down, etc. So yeah, I'm with you on that one.
And Bears Rams. I think that Caleb Williams got extraordinary. I'd actually already switched off and gone to catch up with my farm manager, thinking that this Bears game is over. It's that there's no way they're coming back from here. All of a sudden, my phone's blowing up with people asking me if I'm watching the game. I'm seeing it with this 30-point fourth quarter or whatever it was that Caleb managed to put
25
together.
points. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think they run out of steam. I think the Rams, Stafford's experience,
for them.
and Naku and Williams and that get the Rams over the line.
Yep. So then from that'll be. Where does that then leave?
I can't remember. I don't know the brackets. Yeah,
I'm trying to think about where that then leaves the Super Bowl, and it means that Pats is AFC. So
I honestly think all things being equal, I think the Rams get the Super Bowl this year and win it. I think being down at because it is at the Levi Stadium, 49.
Yeah.
Unless the 49ers get there, which I don't think we will. I think the Rams are quite familiar with that ground. We played them. I think we played them there twice this year. I just think Stafford's experience and the fact his offensive line is just so good. They'll come away with the Super Bowl.
So if you've got Rams on that side, and yeah, well, I mean, it could be Rams versus Bill. Look, any of these ones is going to be sensational.
Yep.
From these ones, Pats. What is it, Patriots? I mean, and look at that, Patriots versus Seahawks. That'll battle again.
It's the first year in a while because we don't have the Chiefs there that it's quite up in the air.
Yep.
Who can win?
And I'm loving it. I don't care whoever it is. It's going to be an incredible Super Bowl, and I'm looking forward to it. Which is going to be good. All right. On that note, mate, we're going to have to close it off here.
No worries, mate. It's been a good one.
Good on you, mate. Well done. Thank you very much for everything, and I'm really looking forward to a great 2026. Thank you for sticking with us, everyone who is sticking with us on this one. We've got some great, bold new ideas that are coming up. A few more guests going to be coming in on this fortnightly program. It's lunchtime, and I can hear the dog doing something out there, so I'm going to go and look after it. Thank you, everyone, and I don't know. Go the Texans. Go the Broncos. Talk to you later.
Go the Niners. See you later.